All right, so I'm just going ahead to share my screen now. Yeah. So even though we are not doing LinkedIn optimization today, I therefore find it very, very important that we do not just keep what we know how to do and let them die with us without showcasing them to people out there, just so they can be aware of what we do. And whenever they will be needing our services, they would know when and how to reach out to us. And of course, there will be some level of expectation. And from the quality of what we'll be putting out there will determine how uh, how they tend to, they want to reach out to us, right? Believing in our capacity to do authentic things already, having read through what we are doing for ourselves. So three things I'm going to open. The first thing is the Teams app, because often at times we are on this call like this when we do our Teams. And because I'm using Windows 11, one thing I want to do is to first of all place my cursor here in this maximize button, and then it will give me an option to split my screen. Then I'll just pick one side of the screen where I want to be seeing what is being displayed to me. All right. Then I put it here. And in this other side, you see that there are a lot of tabs that are open down for me that are already open down here, a task bar to choose from. But in this case, I'm not choosing any of these. What I want to do is to open my notepad. So this is the logic I usually use. So if I should open my notepad, you see now that it is coming out large, it's covering my screen for Teams. So the next thing I want to do is to as well place my cursor here to put up the the notepad side by side with my team. Now they are equal, right? So, and because I'll be needing more space from my team's end and not on my notepad, because I'll just be needing a little space from here. Two things I will do is either I come to this place, and by the time I cursor turn left and right arrow, I'll just left click and drag my things to this end to a width I will be sure that I'm seeing my screen and what is being displayed to me properly. Then the next thing I want to do is to come to my tab while I watch the screen and see what my teachers, my facilitators are trying to show to me. So what I do is first I'll tag this as one. If, for example, let's say they are teaching us fundamentals of um, cloud computing, and usually the first thing would be introduction. So I'll just do intro, to cloud computing. Then I might be taking notes, right? I might be taking notes, specific notes on some important thing that is being put out. Then in that case, I can just do open bracket, close bracket, and in between them, be taking note of those explanations that the facilitator is giving out that I will, that might be interesting to me and necessary for me to research on, right? I don't know. For example, in cloud computing, they'll tell you that the definition is not complete without internet, and the term cloud is referring to internet. And then I can just do internet. So now I know that everything in this my brackets is what I really want to search on. Having said, okay, introduction to cloud computing, I will go and research on it, read on it properly, try to understand it, and then I'll now say, okay, why is this computer associated with the term cloud computing? Then I know that everything within or inside that bracket I want to research on. Now, because this my space, you see, if you see the width of my notepad is small, and some of the times one line of action that I want to write may not, the space may not be enough to accommodate it. Therefore, I will always give it a double paragraph to differentiate a number from the other or a point from one to the other. Now, I can come and say uh, deployment model, for example, deployment model, deployment models. Then I will take note of the definition, and I'll now say the type IaaS, right? PaaS, right? Pass, and then SaaS. Now, in some instances, they want to put FaaS. Let's do this. You see now that it has jumped to another line, FaaS. Now, if it's here, and if I want to put number 3 here, it can be kind of, it can be kind of just jumping everything all together. So I want to give it a double space just so my work can be neat, right? Having understood what deployment model is, please, while doing this, ensure you pay very good attention to what they are teaching you. See, you see this pass, they may say pass, sorry, IaaS. They may say IaaS is, they may give you example. Let's say, oh, deployment model, what am I even doing? This is service model. This is service model. So I'll just change this to service model. Service model. And then deployment model. Let's just do this. If I now do deployment model, and I do okay, if I do private cloud, for example, private cloud, right? And maybe the facilitator now use example of a private car. I cannot do EG or anyhow, right? I'll do private car. You know, I try to put in some explanation that the facilitator is emphasizing on. Then I'll just put it briefly. Then I'll come and I'll say public cloud, public cloud. And if I do public cloud, I will come again. I will say public, public vehicle dropped me at Yaba, you know, take the next person, take the next person to Ikeja, and we pay for the distance covered, which is pay as you go, you know, and publicly accessible by anyone. Now, if I can take these notes down, let me not even go to the next one, which is a hybrid. If I can take this note down, I want to come here again and do number 4. So going like that, I may just say number 4, I may just say number 4, right? I may just say number 4, accessing admin center, admin center. I may do office.com, right? I'll do this. I'll do admin.microsoft.com, and then I do this, and I do cmd.ms, and I'll do this, right? I may even say, okay, office.com, then you navigate to admin center. I may put it this way. Now, the fourth one is practical. The third one is giving example, and just like that. Now, after the class, the next thing I want to do is I have my tab, I have my notepad, and I decide to save it with anything I wish to, and then I'll just save it all. Right? I'll just say intro to, I'll just leave it like this. I can literally leave it. Then I'll just put it in the tab where I will understand most of the time you want to organize the file. You just come and you do cloud computing. So for organization purpose, then I'll open the tab and then I'll save it here. So literally it's on my desktop and I can close this out. Anytime I want to access it, I'll come to my cloud computing and I'll come to my document. Now I have this to research on. This is what I have been taught today. You see, if you pay much attention, you're able to pen down these notes. As you are reading through, you are trying to recollect. You are getting everything intact the same way it was presented to you. Now, the next thing I do is I will open my Word. So me, I have a Copilot license that I use most of it, but I don't really fully depend on it. Like on this computer right now, I don't have any or such that I use because I'm not signed into that account. If you can see this screen now, you will see that this is the report I'm actually writing on. I'm just trying to write on this, just dropping screenshot. Just I've been very busy lately and could not write properly on this. So the next thing I want to do is to do a Control N to take me to a new page, right? Now, I may further divide this into two. I may put it at this end. Sorry, let me just make it equal. I may put it at this end, and I will open my web browser. So I'll just make sure the screen is fit enough for me to work on. Now, going forward, what I want to do is to say, okay, then I will make these two to be fit, just so I can see my full screen. And perhaps you don't want to strain your eyes. You have a double screen, you can share them on your double screen, but in this case, I don't have, so I make do use of what I have. If it becomes necessary for you to, wear glasses, do stuff, you can just go ahead and do them. So from here, what I would do is I will still go ahead and open. You have to be very good at navigating your tabs, right? What I usually do is I make due use of my alternate key and my tab key to navigate them. So if I'm coming here, I know I am coming to, now look at it, look at something. You see this blue here moving around to every of my tab, one tab after the other, one task after the other. So if I come here, I know I am coming to a screen where I both split my Word application and my web browser. And if I come in here, I know that I am coming to my Word application that is even open halfway on alone. So if I should click here, it is only opening this for me. It's here because I have been there before. Let me look for something. That is not the case anyway. So if I should come here, I know that, okay, I am working on this new page. Then if I should come here, I'll know that this is my, my document and my notepad that I've documented my learning that I want to research on. So the next thing I want to do is to copy Intro to Cloud Computing. Then I'll come here and I will go to if I don't want to, I'll come here, open a new tab. But I don't usually do this since we have, I have the updated Edge browser, which has the Copilot integrated to it. So I'll just come to this right-hand side, click on this Copilot, which will almost take half of my screen, more than half already. And you see, these are some of the researches I've done since the last time I closed down this, uh, this browser. So I'll just come and paste, right? Then I want to read on cloud computing. So I can come and say, okay, cloud computing is an on-demand delivery of computing service. Now, maybe they just teach me that cloud computing is researching or accessing your computing resource over the internet. Now, they will not tell you that resources are server, storage, database, networking, software, and the rest. You are seeing them here, right? But they will tell you advantage without maintaining physical infrastructure, all of those. They'll tell you, but then you're not saying, what is on demand? What is this? Now, curiosity, maybe you don't know what on demand is. Maybe you have not even been taught. You can easily copy this. You say what is the concept of on-demand services in cloud computing. Then when you do this, you are taking your time to study this, not as if you just go copy paste. No, 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 no. Now you now say the concept of on-demand delivery in cloud computing refers to the ability to access and use IT resources such as server whenever they are needed. I know that this will always be discussed when we are discussing, when or talking about benefit of cloud computing. You'll just be reflecting back on what you have been told, right? And from here, your curiosity will make you discover a whole lot. Don't forget that you still have your internet copy. Like I'll tell you that in the course of writing a report, I have stayed 3 days, nights, 3 days and nights without closing my eyes. The only thing I do is take breaks, eat, come back to my research and documentaries. So it can be tasky, but at the end of the day, I can bet you that the price is worth paying, right? So you may now want to say, okay, read through. Now, in the process of you reading through, you already see cloud services as model. You are seeing them, okay, 3 basics, okay. You are seeing deployment, cloud deployment models, okay, okay, okay. Now, this may even cover up for to come here again. This may even cover up for you here, right? If you can understand it perfectly from here, it may even cover a lot. So what you just need to do is to say, okay, let's assume you have understood the concept. You see, key concept in cloud computing, this. This may not have been broken down for you like this. It may have been, but maybe they did not say key concepts or this. They might have been explained maybe in importance, benefits, and stuff. But you are getting a different dimension now. You can just quickly do, okay, copy, 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 copy. You just do your copy, then you come to your word, you paste. Now, when you paste, you don't want to really bother yourself about editing first, right? You want to finish up your work, but always mark them. Like in this case, if I feel that, okay, I am done here, I'll give it enough space because I am not organizing my work first yet. So I'll just give it enough space and I will come again. You saw this place, they say, yeah, yeah. There are links attached to these things that you can learn more. Most of the time is via Microsoft Learn, Coursera, Udemy, all these learning platforms, but most of the time it's Microsoft Learn, where you have your first-hand information because we are solely dealing on a Microsoft product. But in this case, you can see Coursera and Free Code Camp. This is because they are talking about the generic cloud computing and not streamlining it to a particular product. Okay. Uh, Now, another form, now you now say, okay, what is the concept, with copy of internet in cloud computing? Now, when you send this prompt, you see that it will tell you in cloud computing, the internet servers as a backbone that enable access to cloud-based services then it just, explain a whole lot to you. And if you want to even dig deeper, this is another thing that Microsoft has done to further help us. You see this quick response, that is why you are just seeing them loading quickly, and it should just give you the basic, in-depth understanding that you need actually. But if you want to really deepen your understanding, you click on this, there's a drop down here, this quick response. It will give you this deep, which will take a little while to load. You see the quick response say 2 to 3 seconds, while the think deeper, can take up to 20 seconds and even more. And some of the time it gives you some kind of images related, not really images, but then you can actually do some kind of screenshot and move on. So when you do this and you send it, you see now the pattern of loading is quite different from the pattern of the quick response loading. So it will give you a more comprehensive message and detail of what you want. So you can read through. One thing for sure is in this field, you need to master the art of reading to understand and asking questions for clarification. Okay, having done this, I don't think we want to go further with all these, deployment. We have even done all of this, right? I've done all. Okay, now another thing is real life scenario. You see public vehicle take person at about this. And I say real life scenario, because you remember that your facilitator has mentioned that a bus will take you from Yaba to this, charge you differently from person going to Keja. You now say, okay, real life scenario on public cloud using the following example. Then, you have to master the art of sending prompts too. So you just drop what you are just copied, okay? Then you send. Trust me, Copilot is very interesting to use. Oh, I'm using Team Deep. Okay, let's just give it 30 seconds to give us answer. Now say, imagine you are in Lagos and need to travel from. How does it know that Yaba is in Lagos and what is it called? And the Keja. Now, let's say, imagine you're in Lagos and need to travel from one busy hub to another without owning a private vehicle. Instead of driving your own car, you hop on a public vehicle, a service available to anyone, and embark on your journey. In this real life scenario, the public vehicle is like a public cloud service. And you will not be remembering, oh, my facilitator said this yesterday. Now, let's say breaking down the analogy, public accessibility, just as the public vehicle is available to anyone needing a ride, a public cloud is accessible to business and individuals worldwide. You don't need to purchase or maintain expensive hardware. You just use the vehicle when you need it. You remember a private car, you are in charge of maintaining it. Your facilitator would have said that your public car, you don't care, you just pay. The driver has the responsibility of the maintenance and the rest. Then pay as you go. When you ride the public vehicle, your fare is calculated based on the distance you travel. For instance, if the vehicle drops you off at Yaba and then carries the next passenger to Ikeja, you pay for the portion of the journey you go. Similarly, public cloud, like all of this will just be coming to your head again. And because you are reading them and, taking them to your head again, you tend to kill. Yeah. You try to understand the concept better. And maybe you want to put this out there for your audience and you don't want all of this bulk of information, right? You can just say, okay, simplify in a simple phrase. Okay, simplify is already simple. In a phrase. Okay. So it will just, give you public life like a public vehicle. Anyone can use it, pay only for what they consume and access resource on demand, right? You can just say, okay, expatiate, like just send your prompt and make sure you come up with a good story and then If it is only this, you want to copy the intro part, you copy it. You want to add any other thing from here, you just try to be calculative and make your message captivating enough. And then okay, we don't need to copy, right? We are here. Now let's go to the point where you'll be needing screenshots. I told us initially that we'll be using 3 tabs. Now we'll introduce the fourth one. Okay. Now there is a practical that is before us. Okay. Now the first thing says accessing admin center. We have 3 methods of accessing the. Okay, let me put Microsoft Admin Center just so we don't confuse ourselves. I can say Microsoft Admin Center. So what I do most of the time is I copy the full message that before I even start breaking them down, I can copy the whole of this. Come here and paste it. I don't care. Come here and paste it and see what they are giving me. Okay, Copilot is smart enough to know. So you see, you say you can access the Microsoft Admin Center using the following methods. One, via office.com, go to office.com, sign into your Microsoft Admin account, click on the admin tile in the app launcher, and directly via admin portal, do this and do this, using the shortcut command, do this in your web browser, redirect the a lot, right? Now you feel like, okay, all of these three are okay for you because this is just a simple task that you want to do. So it's not really complex and it just gives you it just hitting the nail on the head. It just going straight. There are some cases where you want to say, okay, how do I create a retention policy and in my compliance admin center, coffee admin center, how do I protest this? You know, they can give you some steps that were not highlighted in your classes or not aligning perfectly with what you are doing or, you know, trying to, because of you just loading the whole information on sending the whole information on the prompt, you may not get detail of what you want as regards or compared to what you are doing. So in that case, now I say, okay, let me remove via admin portal first. Now, if I now say accessing admin, if I now say accessing MS admin center using office.com. If I should send this now, it may want to give me a different approach compared to what I have up. Because I send a load of information. Yeah, so it just give me straight to the information that I need. Of course, I can use this because it's not a very tasky stuff, right? Now, if you check this place now, it makes it simplify. It's further breaks it down instead. Say go to office.com, open office.com in your browser, sign in, user, different approach. So you may want to, tends to break the task a little as you go on. So let's just do the first one. You can click that. Now, in this case now, because you don't have enough space, you may now want to widen only this while you do the practical. This time around, you have to, be very smart in switching your tabs. So yeah, you open a new tab and you say, okay, office.com. Say office.com, say go to office. You may not say, okay, don't do this test, it's too this, it's too that. You can say, okay, yeah. You can just tell it to do the prompt, like just go straight to the point without giving all these edits and stuff. And it will always give you the response that you want as you send your prompt. So yeah, now I will do, okay, this account does not have strictly role. So, and they say admin, use your Microsoft admin credentials. And obviously this does not have, I'll just sign it to the one that I have admin credentials with. So I'm just switching, right? Now, I think I will need to open a private tab. I'm sorry, I need cognito window. So I will do office.com, right? if I do this, please show me login. Maybe you are the person that wants to do a lot of detailing. What you do, watch, you press your shift button, you press your Windows key, and you press your S. Now it will just bring up this sniping tool, and maybe from here or from here, whichever place, you snipe. You snap it to this place like this. All right. Now the next thing you want to do, I want to introduce our fourth application that we are using. I use Paint most of the time. There are several other tools that you can use, but I use Paint. So yeah, notice that anything you snap is automatically recorded in your in I mean, it's automatically copied to your clipboard. Okay. So you can just do Windows V. Forget all this space. It's not book. It's not big, right? But if you just do Windows Control V, which is paste, you may want to expand this. So which is paste. You see it now. Now, okay, openoffice.com. Okay, okay. Okay, the first thing you want to do, we have opened it now. And then the step 2 is to sign in. Okay, open and sign in, right? Now you know, okay, sign in. How do I sign in? I may want to pick rest from here. Then I'll pick this rectangle and I'll come here because signing is the next thing. I'll do, oh yeah, cycle this. Oh, this line is not this big. Oh, what do we do? Just Elijah. Okay, look for, where is that? Okay, enlarging it small. Is it that? Not sure. Solid line is there. Okay, it's okay like this. Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, you want to, so okay, you want to give it this direction. You click here and you do this, right? Once you do this, you take this up, take this up, then you want to give it, sorry, now this one has come, just delete it. You want to give it a text, you do text, you say step 1, or whichever way you want to write it, you do step 1, right? Oh, it's not big enough, you do Control A, you come to this, you increase the font, right? You want to drag it to a certain point, you drag it, then you click outside the box. It gives you, okay, is this enough? Yes, it is enough. Now you just do your Control C. From here, just do your Control. Sorry, tab. You can click outside the box. Now, if you click outside the box, you see that the old image is marked, right, from all angles. You just do your Control C. You come to your word. You come to your word. We are working here. Maybe this time around you want to enlarge this too. You just click here and then you do your Control V. You see now that it is up. But before this time, right? Before this time, you have come to your web browser, and let's say you copy this, copy this, copy this, and then you have pasted before. Now this is another. Let me just delete this. Now you pasted this, right? You see that it gives you all this question mark and not 1 to 0. So you just do this. You come to your bullet scene. Maybe you want to give it a bullet, or you want to give it 1, 2, 3, whichever one you click, it should just be 1, 2, 3. And then you see that the first one is go to office.com. That does not have a screenshot, so it is expected of everybody to just come here. But another thing to mark is you can come to office.com, you click on this, you highlight it rather, you copy it, then you go to insert, and then you look for link, right? You now do, you see existing file or web page. So here now you now put the address office.com and you do OK. You see it automatically turns to blue. That even if you save it in PDF, anybody can come here and click and it will take them to office.com. Just in case you find anybody who, or you see anybody who find your document interesting, I want to really carry out the task in the steps you've highlighted from there for them. They'll just go without needing to go the route of opening their own web browser and stuff. Just click here and it will take them straight up to office.com And then the next step is, okay, sign in using your Microsoft Admin Center. Then you give it a tab here. It will come with three. Just press your backspace. And the next thing you want to do is do your Windows V. Now, if you have not enabled your clipboard, all of this will not show up for you. Okay? All of this will not show up. So if you are doing your Windows V for the first time, it will tell you to turn on your clipboard. So if you turn it on, all of these things you have been copying will be saving up for you. Okay, a lot of these I like this now. I think I copied this around 2:08. You see the time I copied this 2:08, and what is the time now? 9:25 p.m. You see, several hours ago. There is something I pin here. Yeah, I pinned this. I copied this when it's not even giving me details. This one I copied it 1:28 a.m. today, p.m. rather. This one I've copied them long time ago, right? So if I do my Windows V, I'll just come here and select this. So anybody coming to number 2, sign in with your Microsoft admin credential. Where do I sign in? Okay, this is where I will sign in. Oh. Okay, he has highlighted this step. I did step 1 here. You can literally say, okay, step 2. Okay, then they'll now say, yes, if you click on this, so this time around now you want to open your browser again, and if you click on this, you're expecting this to take you to sign in. So you may want to screenshot this, and send, but we are not doing that. We are going to our browser we have open already, where we have our admin right. Now, our second rule here says what? Our next step says open the admin center, click on the admin tile in the app launcher, right? This time around they say app launcher, and this is app launcher, okay? And this person, you are assuming that these people doesn't know what is app launcher. So what I will literally do is to, zoom in my browser a bit, take my cursor to my app launcher. Microsoft will always give you the name. Then you tend to do, I'm not sure why it's not, my system is too fast at this point. You just tend to copy, just make sense of it all. Then when you click on this, you copy, what is that? I don't know what is wrong. I don't. So when you click on this, you do your Shift Control S, right? You do your this, you do this. Maybe you want to do this, the whole of it. Maybe you want to do app. Let's do app. Let's say you do this, you come to your paint, right? Then you can decide to just, you are here before now. You can decide to just do Control V. It will still copy here. Or you do your Control Z till everything is cleared off. Then you copy so that I can just take this shape, right? Then once it's taken, you may just say, okay, it's still on red. You want to do this. You want to do this. Okay. And you want to do this. It did not capture this thing, right? You may say, okay, you want to just do this to say, okay, it's connect this one. No. Okay. And this is what they are saying you should click on. You take a cycle, you take something to cycle it, right? You now say, oh yeah, text to explain. You now say, oh yeah, this one in particular is app launcher. App launcher. Okay. And you say, okay, yeah, you stay here. Or maybe you want to, stuff like that. You can just come. Oh yeah, click here to take you to like that. You just put it. Then once you are done, you just click outside and you do Control C. Then you come here again and boom. Okay, credentials and login. You are logging already. Then you just come, you do your Control V. It is here again. Okay, then you come back to your browser and you say, okay, admin center. How does the admin center even look? No. And then you do Control C, and then you do your Windows. Windows Shift S, which is your snapping tool. You do this again. You'll now say, okay, welcome to sorry, welcome to admin something. You put them down. I'm not arranging this. So if you are done, you can just come. Uh, you do your arrangements. Now you are done with the documents. Like I can tell that I've literally used one day in editing a work that I've done before, just to format it. Right? And in the process of formatting, proofreading, you still go through them one line after the other. That process you are still reading, and that process you tend to still get more understanding, you know, like here now I want to give it a paragraph just so I can make the difference clear that this is talking about cloud this. I can just do this and I do my shift F3 to capitalize it, and I do this. Okay, the spaces are too much. Okay, I want to reduce the space. I want to do this. I can say, okay, now this is my document. I'm using a dark theme, don't mind me. So now that this is done, people can take your work, and I've literally seen where somebody went to my work and copied everything and reposted it. Of course, they even mention me in their post, and it's fine by me, okay? But what I now do is I'll come to design. Okay, you can come to design, you can do a whole lot, but one thing I don't forget to do now is to add a watermark, right? You see this, you just do custom watermark, right? You do a text watermark, you write your text. Most of the time I use my name, right? I use Paul, or right? So I can decide to change how I want the fonts to look like. Time New Roman is my friend that I use very well. I say, okay, Time New Roman. Then I want to make it diagonal, horizontal, but it's diagonal. Then I'll just apply and I'll do OK. So now you see that it is here. Anyhow, I want to save it. This name remains there. And you test to insert, ensure you give proper organization of your document. You insert some number, then you put it how you want it to go, and you drag this how you want it to be arranged. And one thing I'll not forget to mention is some of the time you're having issues placing your images with your text. So what you do, you click on the picture from here, you right click. I'm literally teaching Microsoft Word right now. So you right click and then you do wrap text. You just put it behind text. When you put it behind text, just so you can, where is it? It should go up. Yeah. So just so you can click on it. So I'm trying to hover it. Yeah. When you get this, you shift it to where it should be. Maybe it should be here. I don't even know where it should be. Don't mind you. So maybe it should be here. Okay, let's take it to where it should be. Literally, you see that I can move it behind my text, right? So if it was supposed to be here, I can just bring it here. Then I will look, I will take my cursor to around where my text is until I found that. Then I just give it some tab, right? So you just learn organization anyway. Let me not um just learn to organize your work to make them look very neat and presentable. All right. Then once you are done, if you want to post as PDF, lately I've not really been doing PDF stuff again, and now post an article. So you can save as PDF. What is it? Save as. Hmm, perfect. Okay, done. If I do save, okay. I'm sorry, I'll do desktop. Of course, I don't want any sensitive paper. I've not been born. So then I rename it. That's computing fundamental. So this is basically saving as Word document, as you can see here. But if I click it now, I can decide to make it PDF. Okay, but it is good you always have your document saved in Word document first and foremost before you be thinking of changing it to PDF, just in case you need to do any modification. You can always go ahead. So I want to really save this in that folder that I call cloud computing. So I'll just do more location. This is where I wanted this to come in arrow. Then I'll do show more. And sorry, I'll come to this PC. Uh, okay, I'll just browse. Let me browse. Then I'll come to desktop, cloud computing. Then I'll change this to PDF here. And I'll just hit on save. So you see it now, my document is saved, right? Now I want to post it. I can come down and open my browser, and I will do linkedin.com from here. LinkedIn just coming up. So my LinkedIn is open, and the first thing I'm seeing is good news. That's nice. So the next thing I want to do is to see start a post, right? I will now do this plus button. Then I'll do add the document. I'll go and look for the file where it's located. It's here. Okay, right. I'll do this, waiting for it to load. Okay, I'll give it a document. I will give it a name. A title, cloud computing. We are just doing this for test, and I don't want the video to be very long. And if I do done, I'll carefully now write if the class I had, Paul said, this cloud computing, and these are the points I have, these are the points I have, these are the points I have. I can now copy if I feel the English or my composure, my composition is not well captured. I can just do, and then I'll do Control X, and then I'll come to my browser again. Sorry, I thought I'm using my app. So I'll just open this. I'll just do a rephrase, right? And then I'll give the column, and then I will send to say, okay, during the class, Paul mentioned, what the Paul mentioned, all of those things you wrote, it will even arrange it properly for you in the way that if anybody is coming, they tend to understand. And one thing you don't fail to do is to have mentioned people that have probably contributed to giving birth to that document, probably your facilitator, your teammates, uh, and other people that you feel your mentors, very important. So with this, I'll just go ahead. So what I usually do is I have my time of posting. I'll just come and schedule my post. Perhaps I'm doing this from night and I don't want to come back to it tomorrow. I'll just schedule my post. I'll select a date. Okay, I want this to post 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll just come here, look for 10 a.m., right? Look for 10 a.m. and it's up. So I will next, I don't want to schedule. So if I'm done, I'll just hit on schedule. So once it's 10, I can now relax. Once it's 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. tomorrow, it will just publish by itself. So on this note, I want to take you to my profile and see so far what I've done. So this is just me talking about document posting, right? If you really want to write articles, you want to write articles like I've been doing recently, if you check this picture now, this is an article, I'm sure. Oh, this is just one of our videos I did and posted here as an article. I think I have some articles here, my features. Okay, let's just do away with that so we don't get distracted. So if you want to write as an article, there's another way you can as well do that. And I'll show you that too. But you have to go through the process of word processing first. So these are my profile. Okay, let me just bring out. This is post um, documents. So For example, now this is one of my last documents, the last document that I posted, I guess. It's just a 2-page. It's an assignment that was given to me in the class, right? Then I'll just do this. You want to see, okay, okay. Right? And this is just it. I didn't really need a lot of pictures to do this, but I think I have some. Yeah, this one, as you can see, I even did a cover for it. I even did the cover. It's just a 7 pages document. And if I do plus, okay, just zoom it in. So if I should next, you see that there's a picture here, there's a picture, there's a picture, there's a picture. And if you check my writing, you see this is the header, and these are sub-headers, different, like just arranging them in a way to look very good and presentable, right? These are some of the documents. You see these, how many pages is this from? 17, I imagine, right? Uh, and if you check up here, I always acknowledge the program that I attended or that I got the lessons from. If you see this now, you see detailed report on the Nigerian 365 community. Like this is just my preference, right? You can do yours separately or differently. If you want mottos and what did they teach us, and if you go and read I will definitely give a write up about them. Okay, so what did I actually write on this? I'm surprised it's not showing up from here. I was expecting that. Anyways, if it didn't show up from here, I'll still go and show you. If I come to my post, say, okay, yeah, this is the assignment I did last. It was 3 weeks ago. You see, I see Solomon Francis Jeremiah. If I should right click this, is taking me to his profile, and it will get notified that okay, Paul has mentioned him in a post. Aside from getting that notification, a post in one way or the other reach out. Uh, spread across to his own connection, who will turn, maybe, you never can tell. And this is the platform where I had the lecture, they have the present. And these are people of, value that I have that are putting me through stores. You see the likes of Joseph Afeso, my first mentor, um, that has guided me a long way to this point. You see Yimafu is one of my mentors too, even at place of work. You see Ola Jumoke Toriola, she's a mother. You see Titi Lope Bello, mother, like in IT, and in terms of mentorship. They are not just mentors, right? They are great people in the field and they have made their name over times. And you will imagine tagging these high profile people in your post and that have made a stand and made a loud statement, right? And then you are sure that they have other people of their caliber in their connection that you want your work to reach, right? You see Rafia. Rafia is an angel, right? Like, I don't want to be, you see Emmanuel Tuji, you see all these guys here, they are great people, right? I tend to tag them just so it can connect to, some of their own connection. All right. Now, this is an article. No. This is an article. This is a link. Okay. Just so that let me take you to an article and show you through how yeah, this is an article. Yeah. So you see this is the notes I added. You see what I was telling you about, highlight of the article. Honestly speaking, I just did a little write-up on this in a way that will capture the attention. Like that will be enough for a Copilot to give me detail of what I want from here. And they give me this. All I just need to do is to arrange it, maybe include this and include this and stuff. Maybe them, they were inputting this, maybe something different, right? And you still see me, name me in the past. You see now that the names are even more here. I have a lot of team members here, right? So But if you come here and click, it will take you to a different page. You see now, there's a picture, and you just see it as if you are probably on the website, just reading everything, very different from documents this time around. Okay. All right. So how do you even come about this article writing? Um, it's not article. Okay. So we are an article. First thing you want to do, you are discussing introduction to cloud computing. So I have my ways of editing my cover pictures. But one of the ways you can do that is, you do cloud computing. Please take note of these things. Cloud computing, right? Then I'll come to my images, for example, image or video. Okay, images. Maybe I want to use this picture, for example. I can do this, and I'll just do save as image. Then it's arrow, and I want to save it on my desktop, and I save like this. If I do this, the next thing I want to do is to come here and upload it so that it can be my cover photo. All right. Now I have my cover photo, and I'll next. This is my cover photo. What's the title? Cloud computing, right? And now I started, and now I must say image. This description will always come with this image, but you mustn't put anything, to be honest. But perhaps you want to explain something further. You may say image one, you know, uh, cover page. Let's say something like that. So if you now come to that Word document that you have arranged, then you just do Control A to highlight, or then you copy. You do your Control C to copy. You go back to your web, and from here you do your paste. You see, everything has come, but a lot of things will be missing. You see, only one image came along with it. So what you just need to do is to carefully remove these lines that you'll not be needing. Of course, you'll not be needing a whole lot of this. Okay, this space is too much. You want to clean it up. Okay, you want to adjust it, and you are here. Now, there should be an image here, if I'm correct. Then all you just need to do is to go back here. Which image? Where were we? Okay, let's say, okay, there it is. Trust me that push space. Let's say this image is supposed to be there, and because it could not copy along, you just have to come here to Control C, click on it to come here where you want the image to be. You do Control V and A, you have it here. You remove this space in between them, you just come, uh, then you move them. And if you want to have this, you may say image 2. Like I said, it's not necessary. If you don't put it, it's not going to attach anything of such in your write-up or your publication. You may say image 2, sign in page. You may just do sign in page, right? You see the good thing it will give you that there's an error in spelling and it's not bringing out suggestion. Okay, if it's not giving out suggestion, you can manually address that. But now you see that it's still red. You can come. It's not still giving suggestion. You just come. Okay, I've seen that error. Now it should give you a suggestion. Now it's not still giving. It doesn't matter. You just come, give it up space, and then you have your image. You now carefully go. Before you go through these things like 3 times, 4 times in the process of trying to, document something out there, you get something good, right? Then from there, if you do next, now this is where it's now as if you want to post. And you see now it's only carrying this image. And once you click on the image after posting, is when it will take you to the documentary itself. So from here, you can now write, okay, at ABC of Cloud, you now do at ABC of Cloud. and then you give it the space, you keep typing, 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 typing. And then after all said and done, if you want to publish it at that time that you are writing, you just click on publish. If you want to schedule, you come here and you schedule for later, right? So it's just as simple as that. Please, as you are working. So sometimes then, for example, let me take you back to this document that I intend to work on much later. Now I was working on that Python, right? And I was taking screenshots of what I'm doing. Okay. This I have learned. This I want to, I want to reproduce what I'm doing or what I've been taught. And this is the first page it landed me, of which is not the actual first place I should be. Then I just take screenshot, paste it, take screenshot, paste it, take screenshot, paste it, take screenshot, paste it. Right? These are just for like there are a lot I wanted to do, just that I've been occupied and haven't been able to do a lot. So from here, if I arrange all the images like this, so the initial one we did is arrange the text, go one step after the other. It's easier. Then you now attach screenshots, and going forward. But also here, you can just come, right? Give it a space and you want to write on something. Maybe after it's not on edit, okay. Edit. So maybe after you have attach all the images, you now come and then you now start writing on them. That's another thing you can as well do. All right. So I think this is the much we can do for today. And I hope it helps you a lot, right? Um, so at this junction, I will just go ahead, stop the recording, and so we have the top person here. I'll stop the recording, and if we have any question, we can now go ahead and address them. Again, thank you very much for joining us, uh, and I hope this, make a difference going forward. And I hope to see more of your posts, and I hope to get more notification that hey, I have been tagged to so post, just so in cases where I will need to repost, I will give my support the little way I can, probably reactions and comments. So on this note, we bring this to an end and then go straight to the questions. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.